Right guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all smashing it. Well, stressful morning. Something we can all relate to. MOT time. Now this is the third MOT I've had done since owning the car, and we're nearly at 3 years of ownership. So let's have a quick chat, see how she's fared up and see if it's still worth owning one of these bad boys. Let's get into it. Right guys, well the good news is it passed, and the MOT guys were actually really surprised how clean the car was. No advisories. We're on what, 76,000 now, and like I say, over the 3 years I've had it, I've done the front discs and pads, the rear pads. I did, obviously these are new wheels with brand new tyres, which the other ones were getting a bit low, but prior to that I'd just put one Conti run flat on. So I've also done the front springs, but I did that as I was having the wheels put on because there's a bit of corrosion. They were like 260 quid from BMW OEM M Sport springs. Just wanted the proper gear on the car, and obviously we've got fresh wheels and tyres, which set me back a small fortune, but you can see it has improved the look drastically. So I bought the car with 50,000 on the nose, and the car is roughly doing about 300 miles a week when I'm in work. Obviously the world's crazy at the minute and we're struggling with parts, so it's not been every week. There has been weeks where the car has been stud, but when I'm in work it does 300 miles a week, and I've ticked it up to obviously about 76,000, and the car goes really well and still performs really well. I think in general these are quite solid cars. They are reasonably well made, but you know, obviously when you're doing mileage you expect things to fail, but you know, I take it easy. I'm doing a steady 65, 70 every day, straight roads, you know, let the car warm up. I'm not over braking, and the car does chug on quite well. So I think it's another reason to own a BMW, in all honesty. If you get a good one, they will just keep going. And obviously, you know, MOT time, it's the most nerve-wracking time of year if you're, you know, a car enthusiast. Oh, what's it going to cost me? You're putting money away to bloody prepare for the worst. But luckily, it's gone through with no issues. You know, maybe next time it might be different. So we'll see how it gets on next time. So at nearly 3 years in, I'm doing quite well. The car's doing quite well. Normally 2 years I'm there thinking, right, it's time for a change, let's move on. And you know, I've owned a lot of BMWs, you know, M cars, big V8s, I've had a few Audis, I've had a few Volkswagens and Fords, and even a Lexus. But this is honestly the best car I've ever had. Now normally, coming up to the 3 year stage, I am itching, and I mean itching, to change the car, something a bit fresh, something different to get my teeth into. But in all honesty with this, I just want to keep it. And like I've said on previous videos, I've said, you know, thinking about swapping for an M140 and stuff like that, but basically there's just no need. I'm happy with this car. It does everything that I want. It's got the performance, it's got the MPG, it just gets up and goes, and it's a cruiser, or it goes really well too. So I'm really happy with it, and you know, I'm planning on keeping it if all goes well. I say 75, 76,000 on the clock. You know, I might have to do some maintenance work in the next year or two, but that's to be expected. But you know, 3 years, I'm really happy. So I think if you're worried about getting an F-series, f30, 330 diesel, you know, I wouldn't worry too much, you know, as long as you get a good one that's been looked after. So yeah, that's MOT time out the way for another year. Obviously I want to get out, do some draggy time, see if I can empty my boot, get it a bit lighter. There's easily 20-30 kilograms worth of weight in there, with axle stands, polishes, bits of tools, stuff like that. You know, you can't even get the shopping in the boot. That's why we use the missus's car. Get some draggy times with the rear tyres nice and fresh. See if we can improve on the 4.8 seconds. Obviously Tom's got a few videos coming up with his DPF issues on the old E91, so stick around. And also, if you're not in the Facebook group or follow us on Instagram, you know, drop in, follow us, share your cars with us. It's always good to see. So there we go, guys, another MOT out the way, 3 years of ownership basically, and I am still over the moon. I love this car to bits, so if you're thinking of buying one, go for it. Remember guys, like and subscribe. Catch you over the weekend. Take care.